Well done, graduates, and good morning, class of 2026. I am delighted to congratulate you on your incredible achievement. I'm Chancellor Jeremy Hafner, and I am absolutely delighted to be here to celebrate your achievements today. It's going to be a great day for you, and we all look forward to it. Now, traditionally at commencement, we offer a whole slew of advice. It's kind of funny because we've been with you for so many years, and you'd think we would be done giving advice, but we still have some left. And here's one little piece of advice for you right now. Wear your bicycle helmets because they really work. And I am grateful for the one that I was wearing yesterday. All right. At commencement, it is also customary for the university to confer honorary degrees upon individuals who have attained eminence through their achievements. Provost Laboa will help present the honorary degree to Gail Folwell. Gail Folwell is a sculptor, designer, and painter whose work turns the language of the human body into something we feel before we can explain it. Her monumental commissions stand in the collections of the Denver Art Museum, the University of Notre Dame, Vail Resorts, and Silver Oak Cellars, among civic and academic institutions across the country. And she has been named Sports Artist of the Year by the United States Sports Academy. Her career began here. Gail came to the University of Denver to study graphic design, and it was at DU that she found the foundation for everything that followed. Her early work in design gave way to a more personal form of expression, and in 1995, she launched the sculpture practice that would define her, an abstracted, kinetic approach to the figure that earned monument-scale commissions and a national reputation. We are proud to count her among our own, an artist whose vision took root in this campus and now reaches well beyond it. And I am delighted to say that in just a few short weeks, our campus will be adorned by one of our most famous sculptures, the Peloton, a gift from the Denver Art Museum, and it will be located appropriately right in front of the Ritchie Center where we are today. For her artistry, her originality, and the distinction she brings to the University of Denver, I am honored to award Gail Folwell the honorary degree of Fine Arts. Now, therefore, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Denver, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts with all the rights, privileges, and powers pertaining thereto, in token whereof Provost Laboa will hand you your diploma and vest you with a hood appropriate to your degree. Oh, yeah.
If you can take it off. No, it's okay. I got it undone. You're good. Hand that to you, Chancellor. All right. There you go. There you go.
Are you ready for this week?
Sure. You need to.
Go get it.
You want me to just do it?
And now, Dr. Gail Folwell will offer remarks to the class of 2026.
For success of the day, I didn't cry at that. Okay. Oh, it's a good day, graduates. I have to say, there's so many women out there. It's really awesome. Anyway, humans in a room, remember this. This is what the beauty of the university is. Humans, all your energy exchanging is really beautiful. So thanks for all the work you've done to put yourselves here, and thanks for all the amazing brilliance you're ready to unleash on the world. I believe they aren't ready for you, but they will be. Anyway, your chancellor and I were lucky enough, I was lucky enough to be around a table with your chancellor, and we got into talking about our two big passions, sports and art, and those things where you drop in so viscerally that it alters your state of mind. You just sort of disappear. You go away for a second. For him, it's sports. For me, sometimes it's sports, sometimes it's art, sometimes it's conversations with friends. You can drop in, and time disappears. Information comes from the ether. We don't know where it is, but those moments are important, and if you pay attention to them, they happen more often. Or maybe they're happening all the time anyway, and we aren't paying enough attention. But I'd like to add to your quiver of tools, because I know you've been here, gathering those tools, sharpening your skills. You've got everything it takes to completely succeed. But there's two things in there that I want you to add to your toolbox: imagination and energy. We don't invite them to the table as often as we should. They're just there. But bring it. They will make the difference between a job well done and the next level. Art, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, think about this. I'm going to make you visualize for a second, like the artists in all of us. Everybody's watched from the air the pelotons in the Tour de France. As individuals, they have a certain level of athleticism and speed. They pocket in to the groups of other humans, and you see them turn into one. Everybody's level raises. Everybody's athleticism raises, their speed raises, their endurance raises, their strength, everything goes through the roof. And that's because you surrounded yourself with people like this, people who are similarly interested, similarly motivated. Don't ever underestimate the power of that, and if you notice it and you bring it with you, it happens that much quicker, that much more importantly. Remember that. I have a little story to tell you that made a difference, a big difference for me. I'll make it quick. I was 10 years into the graphic design. I was here for a couple of years ago. 10 years in, and everything was going as great as I ever imagined. I loved design. And the University of Denver called. My mentor asked me if I would teach all her classes for a year while they did a national search while she leveled up, which is what we all want to do. Keep leveling up, keep learning, keep surprising yourself, keep sharing it with people who care. So I said, of course, yes, and my knees were shaking when I did that, like they are now. There's a lot of people out there. But I said yes, so I got into the situation. I started teaching. What happens? I put myself in the middle of a room like this with all your students. You're so fresh. You think, the brainstorming, the imagination, and the energy made me want to be on the other side of the table, so I kept my business going. I kept teaching, but I took a weekend, crazy little class with the Art Students League. Check out the sculpture in the park. We went to the zoo, of all things, and we picked the lowest. This was a beginner class, people who have never ever art people. Sculpting a hippopotamus. Not that difficult, probably wouldn't be my choice, but they're great models because they never move. I don't even know if they're alive, they just are stuck. But it was easy, so we were all winners, right? Everybody gets a medal. The point was, I touched this material that changed me. I don't know where I went, but I disappeared. And I came to a couple hours later, and there was a thing in front of me that I have no idea how it got there. It was a really good hippopotamus, even though it's super easy. But that changed me. The whole evening, I was trying to figure out, I have to do this again. I have to feel that feeling again. That dropping in is so profound. How do I segue out of design career with people and clients and all that kind of stuff and just do this leap into the void black hole of art that everybody is scared of? Anything's possible. So I asked my mentors, they said same thing. Bad idea, you got a great career going. Don't change a thing. Couldn't help it. Had to take another class to prove this to myself, so I dumped myself in the hardest one I can find. Supposedly, sculpting the figure is the top of the, if you can do that, you're good to go. So I take a class, I talk the professor into letting me into this class, and we get in there, there's only like 6 people, and we're gonna sculpt a female nude. She's on a pedestal, she's reclined. She comes in, she's beautiful. It's going to be interesting, but she absolutely disconnected with all of us, and I think that's okay. She does her job. I'm here to do a job. We'll just both stay in our lanes and do our thing and learn. And so got down to business, same thing. Disappeared completely. I don't know where I went. 2 hours later, there's a thing in front of me that is completely shocking. It's so good. I'm like, I'm trying to be objective. And I'm like, did I do, look at the hands, holy, wow, okay, All right, so I'm feeling pretty tall. The professor comes over, the teacher comes over, and he looks long, hard look at it, hits it kind of on the hip and says, so, you can sculpt the figure, but she's dead. And the gears in my head just screeched to a halt. And he walks away and starts talking to everybody else, and my brain is a cacophony of noise. He comes back around and he says to me, do you understand what I was talking about? I was like, I don't, you know, I'm a designer, I grab other people's energy, I make it into, I looked at her, it looks like her. He's like, it does look like her. It really looks like her. It's a great picture of her, but she's alive. She's breathing. She's important. She's thinking about something. She's dreaming. She's whatever. She meant nothing. You didn't connect with her. You just sculpted what you saw. That's not art. That's doing a job. You're good at your job. Make it art. Like, why take up the space with something that doesn't mean anything? You can't back it in. You got to start over. It blew my mind. I had never, I guess, been taught this. Why we go to school, right? I had never heard it put in a way that I could wrap my head around. Everything we do is imbued with the energy and the imagination you bring to the table. So with all your skills and all your beautiful brilliance, when you show up, when you put your feet on the ground in the morning, remember why you're doing the stuff you love to do, why you hang out with the people you hang out with, why you listen to the music you listen to, because it lifts you. You join, you add to the energy that's all around you. Your thoughts aren't in your head, it's all around you. Everything you've learned, all the people you've met, the mountains you've climbed, it's all around you and it's all connecting. And that raises you and you raise everybody else. That's the magic. That is what I hope I can get you to do. So consciously take stock in your energy, bring your imagination to the table, go do your thing. But what matters is you're all artists now, so make art. Don't just do your job, make art. With that, I have a little quote, just a little quote. Audrey Flack, Heart and Soul, my favorite little book. She said, when you're in a room, when you're in your studio and you're painting, there are lots of people in the room with you. When you're really painting, one by one they leave. And when you're really, really painting, you leave. So disappear into the things you love, everything that means your conversations, your friends, your moments. Disappear into that, make art, and on to the next adventure. Thank you for letting me speak to you today. Absolutely an honor. You are the bomb. Blessings. Gently so I don't hurt you.
Well, thank you, Dr. Folwell. Those were touching remarks. Energy and imagination. I think those are great pieces to take away. I now ask Provost Laboa to present the candidates for the doctoral degrees.
Thank you, Chancellor Hafner.